This is the lecture slides for Lecture 7, International Institutions for Political Science 4327, Introduction to International Relations. International organizations are designed to facilitate coordination and cooperation across states. More inclusive organizations are likely to suffer from collective action problems that lead to suboptimal production of the public goods an institution is meant to provide. The problems inherent in designing international institutions revolve around the extent to which their products are excludable or non-excludable, rival or non-rival. Deep agreements are more easily designed when few states are members. Information dissemination and organization flexibility can promote cooperation even when many states are involved. International organizations must be evaluated by looking at both their structure, their winning coalition size relative to the size of the selectorate, and their interest of each member state's winning coalition in the selectorate. International institutions are meant to solve coordination and cooperation problems and to reduce uncertainty that can lead to disputes. International rules, laws, and norms of conduct and the organizations that implement and enforce them represent solutions to challenges to peace. It is easier to reach international agreements when a problem involves coordination. For example, air traffic control. Cooperation is easier when no one can get extra benefits by free riding or by cheating. The challenge is to design agreements and institutions that enforce them when there are incentives to free ride or cheat. An organization's design must reflect at the outset the members' best judgment about the problems which are likely to arise. 5 key questions must be answered. How inclusive is the organization's membership? How are decisions made? How likely is compliance with the organization's decisions? How is punishment for non-compliance imposed? How effective are the rules and regulations established by the organization? These 5 issues are interrelated. Inclusiveness affects compliance and enforcement. Compliance is less likely when an organization demands costly changes in behavior from its members. Flexibility is allowing some wiggle room for cheating. This may work better than demands for full compliance. Flexibility requires effective monitoring and sanctioning rules. The greater the depth of an organization, its demands for costly behavioral changes and for full compliance, the harder it is to get states to sign on and agree to stiff monitoring and enforcement rules. Shallow agreements are much more easily achieved. International organizations are usually established to solve big problems that require coordination among multiple governments. These issues are vulnerable to the problem of collective action. Some problems can be divided into 4 analytically related groups based on the type of goods they involve. Rival goods are those that can be used up when someone consumes the good, if it is no longer available to others. For example, river water sharing between upstream and downstream states, oil fields straddling national boundaries. Rival goods create distributional problems requiring international organizational agreements for solutions. Non-excludability means one person's use cannot prevent others from consuming the same good. Non-excludable goods may result from the negative externality of some actor's action, e.g. pollution, or from actions with positive externality, for example, a government's efforts to reduce greenhouse gases. Non-excludable, non-rival goods are public goods, for example, clean air. Goods that are both rival and excludable are private goods. Laws and law enforcement agencies exist to protect property rights. Rival but non-excludable goods include common pool resources such as fisheries. The associated collective action problem is known as the tragedy of the commons. Individual overexploitation of the good leads to its depletion. Non-rival but excludable goods are known as club goods. For example, access to intellectual property. The collective action problem. Suppose there is agreement on some non-excludable benefit, the value of which is B. N governments equally contribute an amount of C of their national revenue to the production of B. The global cost will be N times C, and the net value B minus N times C for all that participate. If one government shirks, meaning that they don't go through with their obligation, the expected value of B to everyone is N minus 1 over N times B. The shirker still enjoys B with the probability of N minus 1 over N. As N gets larger, B is almost certainly produced, and each government's marginal contribution is 1 over N. When C exceeds the marginal increase in the expected value of a good, then a government leadership has an incentive to free ride. 1 over N times C times B. Only for those who 1 over N times B is greater than C will contribute. A suboptimal amount of B will be produced. The problem is exacerbated as N increases. Suboptimal production is expected when governments must provide a public good or solve common pool resource problems. Organizational solutions to collective action. Because of free riding, global problems are rarely solved through global solutions. One solution is to design agreements only involving those who will accept demanding terms. The smallest possible agreement involves 2 members. Bilateral interactions often resemble prisoner's dilemma. When 2 governments play prisoner's dilemma over and over again without knowing the number of interactions, they can find a self-interested path to cooperation. Another possible solution to collective action, repeated bilateral interaction. If decision makers value the expected benefits from cooperation more than a one-time big payoff, then cooperation will emerge, which is meaning of the shadow of the future. Recall that in prisoner's dilemma, T is greater than R is greater than P is greater than S. To induce cooperation, the reward payoff must be larger than the average of the succor and temptation payoffs. In this case, R is greater than T plus S over 2. With repeated plays, joint cooperation is one of the many possible equilibria produced by a strategy called tit for tat. Short-term cooperation when the other party cheats is costly, but the cost is not so great that a player cannot recover over time. When the other player does not cooperate, it can be punished through non-cooperation of successive rounds until he or she cooperates. Over an indefinite amount of repetitions, the one-time loss becomes trivial vis-a-vis the possible gains for sustained cooperation. Tit for tat means a player credibly declares her sub-game perfect strategy will be to make the move the other player made in the previous round. Risking the sucker's payoff in the first interaction depends on how much one discounts future payoffs. The discount factor, lowercase delta, is how much one discounts future payoffs compared to today's payoffs. If a prisoner's dilemma is repeated and 2 parties are cooperating, the reward payoff will be R plus delta times R plus delta 2 times R plus delta times 3 times R, and it goes on until you get to the infinity of the sequence. This infinitely repeated summation has the value of R times 1 over 1 minus the discount rate. If R equals $100 and delta equals 0.96, the final gain will be 100 times 1 over 1 minus 0.96, which is 2,500. Less forgiving strategies do not pay as much as tit for tat. That is, it is the best long-term strategy. Grim Trigger, for example, is a strategy in which one will never cooperate again if the opponent cheats. Under Grim Trigger, the total payoff is T plus P over delta over 1 minus delta. Imagine T equals 150 and P equals 50, then 150 plus 50 times 0.96 over 1 minus 0.96 equals 1350, which is much lower than the 2500 that we got before. Okay. Tit for tat induces cooperations by making players better off. Mutual self-interest can lead to cooperation. Tit for tat will not be the equilibrium strategy if the number of repetitions is known. This leads to the unraveling problem. Players have an incentive to cheat on the last interaction. Moving in reverse from the last interactions, they will try to preempt each other's defection until cooperation unravels. Governments may cheat for a variety of reasons. Some flexibility in allowing cheating may accommodate situations in which 1. An honest opponent miscalculated, or 2. An actor misinterpreted the other's action as cheating. Escape clauses. An escape clause is any provision of an international agreement that allows a country to suspend the commitments it previously negotiated without violating or abrogating the terms of the agreement. Flexibility allows governments to deal with short-term domestic political pressures. Flexibility alternate views on inclusiveness. For constructivists, inclusiveness is a desirable property of international organizations. Inclusive international organizations shape their members' interests and identities, promoting cooperation. For the selectorate perspective, inclusiveness can be a desirable property as cooperation is a public good for all participants. This applies only when there is agreement as to which policies constitute the public good. When the domestic winning coalition is large and its preferences deviate from the preferences of the organization's winning coalition, tensions arise. The strategic perspective favors inclusiveness only if the rules ensure the inclusion of members whose support is needed to keep the individual members' desired organizational leadership in office. The United Nations. The United Nations provides an example of the design problems of inclusive organizations. At the General Assembly level, the UN is a large selectorate, large coalition organization. The General Assembly lacks the means to monitor and enforce compliance with its resolutions. The General Assembly resolutions tend to be shallow and experience high levels of compliance. The design of rules for passing and enforcing UN General Assembly resolutions is endogenous. The UN Security Council has much more demanding rules. It has 5 permanent member states with veto power: Britain, China, France, Russia, and the United States, and 10 non-permanent members. The more demanding voting rules in the United Nations Security Councils have 2 consequences. To get the 5 permanent members, P5, to agree on action, the action must be quite shallow. If the P5 are generally behind a UN resolution, compliance will be high and the resolution will be effective. The UN Security Council can effectively perform a coordination facilitation function, but it is unlikely to redefine the policies of the 5 permanent members.